today I am glad to welcome you to the Female Professionals Book Club. At the Female Professionals Book Club, our catchphrase is read to dare your dreams. TFP Book Club is a growing community of women who are passionate about reading. Because of our various professional backgrounds, when we read, we have various insights to the books when we have our discussions. And today with me here, I have two ladies from the Female Professionals Book Club, and we're going to be discussing something that is on the front burner at this time all over the world. I'm happy to welcome Alero, a medical doctor, to today's discussion.
Good morning, Ezine.
You're welcome, Alero.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Adejoke, a publisher. I'm happy to welcome you today.
Thank you, Ezine. Happy to be here.
Okay, so welcome, ladies. Why are we here today? It is not news that there is a COVID-19, which has been declared a global pandemic. And ever since it came, it has affected the way we do things as professional women. And we took our time to look into the group to ask women, what challenges have you been facing in this period? What has been affecting your family life, your job, your business, and the daily things you do? And along the line, we found out that there are two groups of people: the regular employees, the 8 to 5, and then women who are business owners, maybe a catering outfit, a fashion designing outfit, or you run your business with one or two supporters there. And then there are also women who are employers of labor. So this conversation is about every one of us. What are the challenges that we see facing us right now because of COVID-19?
Okay, thank you, Ezine. I will start with one of these challenges that is divided attention.
Okay.
The female professionals, they are seeing this as a very key thing. Their attention are divided at home. They can, normally you go to work 8 and come back by 5. Your kids will be in school, but now they are all at home. Everybody's at home. So you want to try, even though when you try to set your goals that, okay, in the morning I will wake up by 8, I will face my desktop or laptop and start working. But that is not the case.
Yeah.
Since the lockdown, they are at home, the kids are there, the attention are divided, even though, women will multitask. But then, it can be overwhelming.
I know.
Yes, so divided, it's distractions.
Yeah.
The external distractions,
Yeah.
the family, you want to make something for them, for the kids to eat, you want to tidy up, or you want to do some ironing. And it's just, then internal distractions. Maybe you might be hungry, or you might feel stressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think just not being in a regular structured environment has its own way of impacting on the quality and the delivery of your work.
Yes,
as a professional woman.
You are at home, and it's not as if you're in the office. You're at home, and you might be working, and you might see something somewhere
that is not in place. And the children don't understand why you should be so serious about it. What is it?
They don't.
Alero, is there anything you would like to say about the challenges from what the women...
to distractions they talked about, they also, significant number of people talked about the stress, the physical stress, the psychological stress that this period has brought. It's more demanding now to prepare 6, 7 meals.
I know.
Yes, so in the morning you will have made breakfast and lunch, maybe snacks in between. But now there's breakfast, there's pre-breakfast, then there's breakfast, there's in between breakfast. You can name it. And the kids and when it is 10 p.m., they're going to say, "Mommy, just something before I go to bed." So that alone takes its toll. Yeah. But even the mental stress of this is everywhere. Yes, we are not moving as we are supposed to. But you still have to go to the market. You still have to go to shops. So what am I exposing myself to? I've gone ahead to do the social distancing, but somebody is sneezing beside you, or your gate man. All those things. So we're still living with the, even though, yes, for most people, maybe it's at the background, but we're still living with the consciousness of we are all at risk. So that's not a life we had lived before. We could go ahead, you could have a cold and you are fine. Now if you sneeze, everybody's wondering.
If you have a cold too.
Please, give me your... Somebody would say that in the past, if you sneeze, you will help bless you. Now if you sneeze, it's like, please. Okay, so that's everybody's giving you... In fact, they would increase the social distance. People also complained about the cost of having to work from home. It's a little more. You would have gone to work. And your laptop would run at work and you would deliver. But now you're at home, you will need to fuel your generator. Even if PHCN gives you light, you will still need to pay more. Because within that 8 to 5, when you have been away, your children will have been away, the meter is not running, supposedly. Now you need to keep the kids engaged productively. A lot of schools are doing online classes right now. You will need to buy more devices or improve your managerial skills and ensure that there's no fighting. So there's, Then data.
Resources.
Nobody is giving us data holiday. So boss expects that you deliver from work. I'm not sure he's giving you money for the data. Just get the work done. He needs to monitor you. So you need to ensure that you are online. So all those things, nobody's putting that into consideration. And a lot of people are not making as much as they used to make. Some people are not even making anything at all. And so with different professionals, the challenges we have faced have been different. But we're still going.
So we are still going. So we've talked about divided attention, being in a different environment and expected to still deliver. We've also talked about the challenges of having to share resources, that it's probably already dwindling because we are doing more. And we've talked about stress, psychological stress, mental stress and all that. And I think I saw something about information overload. Would you like to say something about that?
That is getting information from different sources at the same time. You can be on a
bombarded
WhatsApp group, 100 was, I don't know, 100
groups.
Yes. And then office, they want you to deliver. At the office, they want you to deliver. Then maybe a webinar or Zoom, you want to, you have information from that. But at the same time, you want to respond to this information, to this request or whatever, at the same time. So it can be very
overwhelming.
I don't want to use overwhelming. It can be challenging. It can be challenging, as they say. It can be challenging because while responding, the family is there. You want to attend to your family, and you want to attend to this at the same time. So
I think in addition to the fact that they are there, is that most times you are even getting the same information.
The same.
So 20 people are telling you about the impact of COVID on mental health, the impact of COVID on your finances, the impact of COVID on what we are going to do post, what is the new normal, what is not. So you're getting about the same thing that you will still see on TV. And it's like everybody has something to say about this pandemic. And for you to even be sure, at least those things will come to your phone. You will need to use data to access those things. But like they say, you cannot stop a bird from flying over your head.
But you can stop
But you can actually stop it from building a nest. So information overload, yes, sometimes.
It can be managed.
Yes, because sometimes I would just put off my data.
I think this is a good time to hear what this book club member has to say about it all. She says, I'm fine. Adjusting to the reality of COVID-19 hasn't been easy, but I am finding my foot. My job entails critical thinking, collaborating with team members and clients, which was done in person and in a physical space prior to now. But in the new reality, everything is now being done virtually. And this means meetings and meetings upon meetings from morning to night. I used to beat myself up for not having time for the kids due to my absence, but now, I am physically here, but not connecting with them because of work. I have been on the verge of a mental breakdown these past weeks. Asked for time off work, but wasn't granted. Taking pay cut and still spending more. But in it all, we face forward. I see a lot of free classes and online resources, but I haven't been able to even do one because my brain isn't processing as it should. But I guess I will find a way around it someday. Post-COVID, looking forward to the new normal. I haven't edited this thing. This is exactly the way it came into the group. I'm happy there's this realization of the need to adjust. in spite of it all. But in the face of what we have discovered, do you think there is anything we have left out based on what she has said? She talked about mental breakdown, asking for pay cuts, trying to renegotiate terms of working conditions. Is there anything more?
But I'm not sure we've discussed having to negotiate terms of
okay.
of work with pay cuts. Because like we said, you spend more. Now this employer has probably reduced what is coming in, but she needs to spend more at home. She needs to spend more to feed the kids. She needs to spend more just even being at home. But that has not been negotiated. If anything, she's still probably doing the same amount of work or more.
Or more, yes, to cover up.
To cover up, and more money is not coming in. So maybe that's something she might need to do. She might not be able to get a holiday, like she has said, but I'm sure she can negotiate for enough pay.
Yeah,
Maybe
at least to have motivation to
something to motivate
to
her
go
to
through
go.
this.
You know, she also talked about the mental stress.
Yeah.
Sis, you need to take a break.
Definitely.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to look out for you if you don't look out for yourself. You need to take a break.
Yeah.
Then the kids she talked about, that's I'm sure we're all guilty of it. You know, when life was on the roller coaster, everybody was like, I wish I could spend more time with my kids. I wish I could spend more time with my kids. But now this is time.
Yes.
But the time you're on Zoom, you're on go-to meetings, you're on, let's deliberately make out time for them, because you won't be able to impact them forever if you're not there. So let's not just be present. Let's also be available for them.
Yeah, present and available. Let's look at the things that came in from women who are employers of labor. They have some different sets of challenges that are not exactly what the employees, those who are employees, are looking at. What did you see? What did you find out from what they said in the chat room?
A lot of them talked about the challenge of having to monitor their employees.
Exactly.
Because now you've given somebody a job to do, you have your deadlines, you have your timelines. But how do you ensure they're doing them? You are supposed to deliver, but you expect your employees to deliver also before you can make that delivery. So I can tell you that I am on Zoom. Do you understand? I have to be physically there. And right now, some people just put the pictures.
And mute their microphones.
Their microphones.
And they're busy doing something
and
else.
they're doing something else. So that's has been a challenge for those that are employers of labor. How do you ensure that? Because if it tells you, Madam, my laptop crashed, was why I couldn't do it. There's nothing you're going to do about it, because his laptop crashed. Or they didn't give us light. You sure would not take your generator to his house to go and power it. So that is one challenge they have faced. But some of them have said, okay, we have tried to motivate our employees more so that at least they can deliver. Because it is stressful not only for you as an employer, it is stressful for the employee also.
And they're dependent.
And they're dependent. So some of them have said, okay, we have tried to encourage them more. We've tried to look out for their welfare. And yes, it's tight for everybody, but ensure that at least they can keep going.
Yeah.
Then some of them said operational costs of running the businesses.
Yeah.
Because now they're at home, but I tell you, tax continues.
Rent.
The rent is there.
And there are costs that are fixed, that whether you open your door for business or you do not, you have to take care of those bills.
So that has really been a challenge. And even though they're trying to see if they will consider, but then there's nothing that can be done for now.
A few of them also talked about having to let employees go. Because think about somebody, for instance, that has a fashion designing outfit. Nobody's making new dresses now. You have maybe 5, 6 people that used to make clothes for you. But now nobody's making dresses. How do you keep them on? Because you're not making any money. Even if you survived the first 2 months, but nobody's making anything. So they've had to let some of them go. Or some of them have had to renegotiate. Okay, I will pay you something much lower. So at least you can still keep business.
And even there's also an emotional thing attached to it. Maybe someone has been working with you or for you for a very long time. And what you're going through, the person is also going through it. So why lay the person off? But let me read this particular post from a member who happens to be an employer of labor. And let's just see it directly from, let's hear directly from the horse's mouth, like they say. This group member says, currently I am involved in 2 different spheres of work. I am HR executive with a consulting company, an engineering outfit, and I run and own my business with my husband, and we have been working together for over 10 years. It's been challenging, but it's been awesome as well. And then she goes on to say the things she does, recruitment, screening, interview, and all that. Current challenges we have been facing currently as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic are, we are finding it difficult to keep up with full payments of salaries as business is now slow. We have also noticed that employees are struggling physically and mentally, struggling to engage employees whilst on lockdown, as well as monitoring them is tough. Keeping up with the trend as regards to technology, keeping up with palliatives for our employees. And then she talked about the coping strategy, which I would leave for next session when we talk about coping strategies. She also talked about another business she does. We have a farm, this is her speaking, where we rear catfish, poultry, and we also process them. The challenges we have faced so far, high cost of resources for processing the byproducts from chicken, from fish, with little or no fish available, as majority of fish farmers are finding it hard to keep up with fish hatchery. No government support for farmers at this period, and no plans of food entering as a result of the interstate lockdown. So you see, this thing has a ripple effect. So many businesses are dependent on each other. So if this link is broken, it affects the delivery of the other link. And I know we have said quite a lot, and it resonates everywhere, the same challenges in different places. And in closing, is there anything you would like to say, just a word in closing, to a professional woman who is going through one of these challenges we have listed, or even some we have not been able to mention? Is there any word you would like to leave with them before we wrap up?
Sisters, we're all in this together, and the truth is, we know that it will pass. We expect it to pass. So let's just hang in there. Do whatever you need to do lawfully to be alive and well by the time all of this is over. A lot of things will change.
Definitely.
And let's just hope that we are ready and start making those changes right now before this is over.
Thank you, Alero. Adejoke?
I will say you can manage the resources you have now. Try to manage the resources.
Yeah, and for me, my last word, challenges will always come. They have always been with us. In the previous years, I'm sure we've scaled through mountains, we've scaled through valleys, and but just that now it came in a different way. It's happening all over the world at the same time. But then it still doesn't make it change that much that by the time we're able to adjust and have a positive mindset, would be able to go through it. But in the meantime, while you're going through it, I would like to ask you to keep reading to dare your dreams. And on this note, Alero and Adejoke, I'd like to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for finding time to be here today with us.
It's our pleasure.
At the Female Professionals Book Club. Do have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.